Festival of the Lost is in full Jurassic swing. It's had quite the rework and offers a ton of new and returning rewards up for grabs during the 3-week limited time event. A lot of these can actually be earned through playing the game in the new haunted lost sectors or your various favourite activities in order to obtain candy and spectral pages. But some of these, including the new Spider Sparrow or the God Summoner, can only be found within Eververse. Everything is literally available at all times for silver, Bungie's in-game real-world currency, but a selection can and will be available for Bright Dust rotating on a weekly basis. So seeing as so you all seem to really like my recent Bright Dust farming video, I'm going to help you save your real money and put all your time invested into farming Bright Dust to good use, letting you know which items will be available to purchase using Bright Dust and when you can get your grubby little dinosaur mitts on them. There's some absolute belters to be honest, not to mention the dinosaur themed ornaments available throughout the event. I'll be using timestamps below for what's going to be available each and every week in Festival of the Lost, so you can skip ahead as you wish. But first, let's take a look at what's available in the Bright Dust store as of the weekly reset on the 12th of October. You've got the Ghastly Durance exotic emote costing a whopping 3,250 Bright Dust. This is from last year's festival, but the next exotic ship is brand new this season with the Leopard de Terror. It'll cost you 2,000 Bright Dust for this butterfly style ship. Next is the Pumpkin Protection at an overly expensive 1,500 Bright Dust. What is it with the protections being insanely expensive? Basalt Toxic is the shader available this week too at the new 300 Bright Dust price if you want to add it to your collections. The Strange Brew exotic emote will set you back 4,250 Bright Dust for this rather cool multiplayer emote. Magnificent Dance is up for 700 Bright Dust as well, and then we've got the Chiropteran Ghost Shell with this bat styled shell for 2,850 Bright Dust. Mad Machinery is the exotic Sparrow up for 2,500 Bright Dust, and the Seaver Infected Seeker exotic ship will set you back 2,000 Bright Dust as well. The Omnigul mask is available this week at 1,200 Bright Dust, and lastly the Fanged Ghost Projection is 1,500 Bright Dust. That's a hell of a lot of Bright Dust, but if any of it takes your fancy, be sure to go and grab it before the weekly reset. Moving on, let's now take a look at what will be in store and the next weekly reset starting on the 19th of October. The Shaded Titan mask ornament will knock you back 1,200 Bright Dust and is rather underwhelming to be honest. But next, we've got the big heavy hitter, the Skitterscare exotic Sparrow, which will be available for Bright Dust this week. It won't be cheap though, costing 2,500 Bright Dust, but you can argue how cool it looks and is definitely worth the big ticket item for using your hard earned Bright Dust on. Unless you have arachnophobia, then you might want to skip it. The Talon Ghost Protection will also be available at 1,500 Bright Dust, and the new reanimated Verve shader will be up for grabs costing 300. The God Summoner is another item that'll make you Bright Dust poor, with this new exotic emote knocking you back 3,250 Bright Dust. The Showtime emote will cost you 400 Bright Dust, and then we've got the Stonecraft's Amalgam Ghost Shell costing 2,850. The Necro Beast exotic ghost will be available for 2,500 Bright Dust, as well as the Desmodus exotic ship for 2,000. Lastly, there's the Jack-O-Lantern mask from the Festival of Lost in 2019 for 1,200 Bright Dust, and the Howling Projection for 1,500 Bright Dust. That's the second week of Eververse Bright Dust goodies down the pan, but hopefully you saved some for the final weekly reset on the 26th of October. The Calavera exotic ghost shell is first up for 2,850 Bright Dust, and there's also the Halted Oblivion exotic Sparrow for 2,500 Bright Dust. There's a new Transmat effect with the Batwing entrance costing 450 Bright Dust, and another shader to collect with the Archaeo skin for 300. Next we've got two emotes, with the Pumpkin Dance for 700 Bright Dust and the new Necromance Dance again costing 700 Bright Dust. The new exotic ghost fettered shell will be available for 2,850 bright dust, as will the Winchester's Ruin exotic sparrow costing 2,500. The new penguin mask ornament will set you back 1,200 bright dust, but if you're collecting all of the Festival of the Lost masks, then this one is for you. You then got an exotic ornament for the Fighting Lion, with Pride Glass for 1,250 bright dust, and finally finishing off with the Winged Nightmare projection for 1,500 bright dust. As you can see, there's a ton of stuff available during Festival of the Lost that with just a bit of patience you can pick up for bright dust. Whether it's a new themed ghost shell you want or one of the fancy new emotes, there's something for all tastes and budgets too. I hope this quick guide helped you save your bright dust and ultimately time and hard earned money. If it did, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new and share it with your friends. I've been Truds, this has been your Festival of the Lost Bright Dust Saving Guide. Thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time.